after the car getting lowered, adding the gunmetal wheels, I like it.
So I just got these ASA wheels tonight, which I got for a good deal. These are 18 by 8 with a plus 45 offset. Not exactly the specs that I'm looking for, because I wanted something with a plus 35 offset at least, 18 by 8.5. But you know, this is the same size wheel as the stock ones, but at least they're not stock, right? They're, you know, ASA forged wheels. As you can see, there's still a lot of tire left for these wheels, and you know, again, I wanted to have something that's like maybe more of a, like some kind of dish in it, but can't beat the deal I got for it. So we'll see how they fit and then take it from there. The size is the same as my stock ones, and the tires are the same size too. They're like 225 40 18. So I mean, they're not low profile tires, but they're pretty good. They're like Michelin's, you know, and as you can see, they're still pretty meaty, right there. 90% left as far as the tires. So again, ASA, I don't know which style ASA this is, ASA GT or something like that, and most of them are pretty good. Maybe just one of the rims got some scratches on it, so I could just touch that up, and hopefully I still got the sensor for the GTI, because these came off a GTI as well. So hopefully it still has a sensor, so I don't have to replace that. I'll probably get rid of the cap in the middle, because I like the look without having a cap. It's kind of like a racing look, right? And then the gunmetal actually looks good on the white, so it's a nice contrast. I just need to see if these tires are going to be too high for the GTI, but it's the same size tires as the stock ones right here, you know, same size. It's just that my stock ones are kind of balding, so I don't have that much meat left, so that's why it looks like it's thinner, like low profile look and stuff like that. But it's the same size. I mean, I wish it was wider, right? I wish it was at least 8.5 instead of this 18 by 8. But like I said, you know, you can't pass up the deals that you get. You just go with what you have, and we'll see how they look. I think that maybe I'm gonna keep it for a while. At the very least, it could be temporary, you know. I mean, a few months. If I don't like it, then I can always just sell it again. No big deal. But if I like them, then I'm just gonna hold on to them. Take a look right here. Yeah, see, they're all nice wheels, right? Most of them are nice. I mean, the only thing is probably this one right here. You can see there's some scratches, a little bit, but just one of them, you know. The rest of them are actually pretty good. I think the rest of them are actually pretty good, because I've never really used ASA wheels before, so I can't really say much about them. At least I'll have wheels, right? And they're not the worst kind of wheels. I'm thinking maybe they're in the same quality as maybe Koenig's, I would say. Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking since they're forged, they're not really heavy. As I've shown you. Another interesting thing to note about these two wheels, the ASA and the stockers right here, is that this is actually heavier than the ASA, which is supposed to be 21 pounds. It just feels much lighter. I don't know why. So when I lift this one, okay, and then I compare it to this. I'd say it weighs about the same, I think. So I'm not sure if the stockers are around 21 pounds as well. Not sure, but they weigh pretty much about the same weight, I think. Okay, I'm just taking out my stock tires to see what the ASA tires will look like. I'm gonna have to redo these caps too. They look pretty kind of dirty. Or if I decide to clean this up, get rid of the rust. Yeah. I like it. I think I can get used to this look right here. For some reason, this rear tire was a little tricky to remove. It got stuck, but I just used this mallet. Eventually it came off, you know. Let's go see how this fits. So the rear tires are kind of tight. You gotta kind of use a rubber mallet to make sure that your wheels go all the way in. Same thing with this right side rear tire. I think the rear tires for the MK7, they just get stuck, the wheels. So I mean, the rear wheels. So I'm just gonna use this mallet to kind of shimmy it out. We'll wait till morning and daytime, and then we'll take a look at the wheels again. I like them better than stock. Obviously because they're gunmetal, so it kind of gives that contrast between the white and the gunmetal. And the style itself, you know, I thought at first maybe it wouldn't look that good because I'm used to wheels that have lips on them, like has at least a little bit of lip. I wish the wheels were 18x5 at least, but you know, when you're getting a deal, you can't really be picky, right? Okay, so going with the lowered. Maybe before I wanted it to be a little bit lower, but it wouldn't be as drivable. Right here, at least, you know, it's not, I can't stick my finger anymore. These wheels, I didn't really want to go 19s for now because that's more for show, right? And I still need to have function in this car. The more tire I have, the better it is for me. And this one has a cover, at least. See, this one has a cover, but when I go to the front, right here, see this right here? A little bit rusted on this one. I'm gonna at least try to do a touch-up and paint it gunmetal or something, cover it up so that way it looks, so at least I can get rid of that rust, like the back, right? The back, it has some kind of cover on it, and this one is showing it looks all rusty. Although this is rusty too, right here, see? Which is the disc or whatever this is. So I'm gonna need to either replace this, maybe better rotors or whatever, and just, if I'm really concerned about the way it looks, right? You know, from far away you can't really tell. Again, this is a daily driver. I'm not really gonna take this on meets or anything like that. What do I like about these wheels? They look better than stock. I got a good deal for the wheels and tires. They're gunmetal, so it has that contrast between the two. Yeah, it's nothing like the other cars I had, right? Like with the 86, I got the Volks, and those red wheels were, I don't know, $500-600 each, maybe $7 each wheel. So those were really expensive, and even my Graham lights were much more expensive than these. So yeah, I got these for a bargain, but the way it looks, you can't really go wrong with the price I got for them, and the fact that it still gives the GTI sort of, you know, a clean modded look right here. I want to get rid of this rust here in the middle. So in order to do that, I'm going to use this rust dissolver right here. And I'm just going to use an old brush because it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it all around here and get rid of that rust. Okay, Rustoleum, get rid of that rust. See how this stuff works. And you don't need to use that much. This is kind of like a gel type stuff, and again, this is like a used brush, that's why there's white paint, but it doesn't really matter. I just need to use something to dab in here, protect my wheels. So let's see, you know, here it is. See, it's kind of like a gel. So you just put it around it, and don't overdo it, you know, just put enough. Because you just want to get rid of the rust, but you don't want to hit your wheel, right? So just like that, and then I'll just let it sit for a little while. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. Let's see if the rust will come off. I'm gonna try to brush it off. Looks like some of it's coming off. Okay, so I found a toothbrush, and let's see if this does work better. So just try to scrub as much as you can from inside, like this. Okay, this is pretty much almost clean. You just want to use some Q-tip to get rid of the rest of the Rustoleum, so you make sure you don't have any residue in here. So just go in here, start trying to get rid of all of it. See, right here. Boom. All right, so moment of truth right here. Take it off. Okay. There you go. Boom. So Rustoleum doing its job right here. I mean, yeah, some things here and there, but at least the rust is gone, right? So now it looks way better. So use the Rustoleum, get rid of the rust right there. Boom. The way the car feels with the wheels is similar to that of the stock because it's the same specs, you know. It's 18 by 8. The tires are the same size as the stockers, which is 225/40 18. So it feels pretty much the same in terms of drivability. I just like these better because they look much better than the stock ones, and so that's why they're cool.
It's funny because when we saw these wheels, we weren't sure if it's gonna really fit the car or we would like it. But in fact, before it was on the car, I thought the wheels would be too big. Just when it was off the car, it just looks a lot bigger. But once we slapped it on, it actually fits pretty good. But what I especially like about the wheel is the gunmetal. I like the whole gunmetal flavor more than the shiny chrome thing, because the wheels aren't that big. It's more for function, and that's what I'm really looking for, because the GTI is a practical car. It's supposed to be our daily driver, so we don't want it too big, and it's not just for show. And the fact that it's not too lowered,
It's not stance.
it's not stance. We're not really, you know, all into this stance nation. I like it when there's not a lot of spokes. Like there's too much spoke action going on. It's so distracting. I just like it pretty simple. Like here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. And I like seeing the big gap in between. Like for me, I don't like it all busy with things sticking out. It's just distracting. This is like a cleaner look for me. Not only that, I don't like it too low because then I have a hard time driving it because I always get worried about scraping the car. This way, it still stays practical, but it has a nice look to it.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little review of my wheel and tire combo for the MK7 Daily Driver. Till next time, stay safe and keep on rolling.